Hello, I'm Coach Darren Slack with NFA's QBcast, your weekly prep talk podcast designed to help you set your thermostat and to prepare you to play your best on game day. Well, it's week 9 for some of you, and for some it's more or this is less. But at this point, we're beginning the home stretch of the season, and during this time, it's our goal to challenge you to maximize opportunities, manage overload. First, let's talk about maximizing opportunities. Now, we're approaching the end of the season when college coaches will begin to make their rounds to filter their recruiting rosters. Some players will move up the board, some will drop. Some will be added, some will get passed over. This is a critical time of the year for evaluation. You may only have a few games left in the season. This is where you must not yield to the mindset of cruising through the finish line. If your aspiration is playing at the next level, the single most important evaluation tool of your potential is game film. If your team won't make the playoffs this year, then these final games are your playoffs. You need to set your work ethic and focus to get the most out of these final opportunities to show what you're capable of in real games against real competition. Now, some athletes can tend to slip backward in their performance if the team isn't doing well, they're beat up physically, or they're struggling personally. This is your opportunity to demonstrate to the maturity that college coaches are looking for in your leadership, in your performance, and in your playmaking at a key point in the season. Listen, every game is a job interview with a potential recruiter who could put you in a position to fulfill your dream. Don't take this opportunity lightly. You only have roughly 10 opportunities a year to make it happen. That's 10 games. But, truth be told, it's much less than that. Think about this. A play lasts only 6 seconds, so if there's 60 plays, that's only 360 seconds or 6 minutes to show them what you've got during each of your games. We cannot afford to waste a single moment on selfishness, pulling back, or frustration. Make the most of these final opportunities to lay down some playmaking film and send a message that you're next level ready. Now, what if I'm not on the varsity team yet? Well, wherever you are, whether a backup or looking to move up, or a young player wanting to make a statement, you have an opportunity as well. As a backup, you can move up, especially if starters are making the mistake of resting on their laurels or not working hard. If you're a youth player, the coaches from higher levels will be watching the younger teams now for new players coming up their way. Like it or not, we play a sport of elimination. Teams are eliminated through competition, and positions are awarded by elimination of those who aren't willing to do what it takes to win the job. Whether this is your last game, next to last game, or you're prepping for the playoffs, not a single player has an excuse to miss an opportunity. Be diligent, be focused, and be committed to doing your best. If you don't, you'll carry the regret of this lost opportunity for a very long time, and we don't want to see that happen. Keep your promise to yourself and to your teammates and maximize your opportunity this week. Now, let's talk about managing overload. For the past few weeks, I've mentioned the mid-season struggles of increasing responsibilities in school, home, life, and football. We discussed prioritization, decision-making that reflects maturity, and the attitude you have to have through all of it. Now, there's another kind of challenge that faces motivated people like yourself, and I've experienced it many times in my life. There are times when I'm feeling very confident and strong, which gets me into a situation where I can't say no to all the great opportunities I get presented with, especially in the athletic arena. One of the most important lessons to learn about passionately serving and living aggressively is understanding your limitations. When we feel good and things are going well, we tend to take on more projects, teams, and sports opportunities than we should. We can get involved in all kinds of good things that quickly find our energy reserves fading. We get spread so thin that we don't have much left when it comes to giving our best when it matters most. It's not just priorities that make the difference here. Now think about this. Because just ordering everything you do doesn't remove its pressure from your life. It's just one more thing you didn't get to do that you said you would. It's still on the list and it's still causing a burden on you. You have to learn to say no when given the opportunity at the beginning. Listen, knowing your purpose and passion is critical to turning down things that are wonderful opportunities. I've had some great people offer me the chance of a lifetime to do many great things that I've had to decline because I need to remain disciplined to serve those I promised to care most about. Was it hard to do? Harder than you can imagine. But the sting of saying no doesn't last. The burden of overloading ourselves and trying to make everyone happy will lead to things that aren't helpful. You must reserve your best energy where you're committed the most. Right now, you must focus on serving your football team, your coaches, and its players. Along with that, you need to serve your families and your studies in school. If you're successful, you'll be asked to join all kinds of travel teams, local clubs, and other sports programs that can add complexity and confusion to your life. There may be a time when the season is over and when the tough course load is past, but you have to protect your energy reserves. Tell the very kind people that you would be happy to talk later, but right now, while you appreciate their consideration, you have to say no. These people understand what commitment is, and they'll understand where you're at. People tend to respect someone who can say no because they know what they want and what they're about. There is no need to try and be the hero for everyone. It doesn't ever work. Never. Instead, be the servant who understands who matters most and where you need to invest your efforts. I believe in that you will not only find bigger opportunities, but you'll be able to discern more clearly which ones make the most sense to pursue. Managing overload as an athlete is the toughest challenge today because there are so many travel teams, programs, and sports offerings available. None of them are bad on their own. The only reason those things become a problem is when we believe we as a player are critical to their success. The minute you begin to think you're the reason teams, clubs, or causes will succeed, you're in the danger of becoming overloaded. I believe 2 sports a year is optimal, with a season to focus solely on strength training and conditioning. If you go 3, then you're going to have to make up a lot in the summer. Everything is a choice, and it always is yours, but just make good decisions with your sports commitments, and you'll see your endurance improve, you'll make the necessary physical gains to go to the next level, and you'll find you enjoy it more. But it will require discipline and focus to not let your heart take you too far. So be humble and stay focused. Serve wholeheartedly with those who are counting on you right now in your school and at home. Let the other situations find other solutions. If there's one thing I've learned in this business of athlete development and opportunities to move forward into college and beyond that, is if you can keep your integrity by doing what you said you would do and not get overloaded, you'll not only be able to do this work for a long time, you'll earn the respect you desperately desire from those around you. Listen, it's okay to say no now so you can say yes later to what you really want. I hope that encourages you, and I hope it helps you some as we work to maximize our opportunities and manage overload. Listen, we wish you the best NFA Nation in your games this week, and we'll talk to you next week after your win.